guys and gals, Tony here, CCxRC. We've got a new package here from AirHogs. It is the Helix Sentinel drone. It comes in this huge plastic carrying case, which is pretty sweet. But I want to go ahead and first of all give a little bit of disclosure. AirHogs did send this to me to do a little testing on and review. I've done a few of their other RC vehicles, Star Wars related, that I purchased all by myself, and they reached out to me and asked if I'd give this one a try. So I said sure, because I know that there's a lot of people with Christmas coming, birthdays, whatever, parents are looking, these are on the shelves, and they want to know how it works. But we'll get into that right after the break. Alright, so let's just take a quick look at the packaging. It gives a little bit of a description of what you're dealing with here with this drone. First of all, what you're going to get is live HD streaming. It's a 120-degree angle view. It's got streaming. It can stream to your phone. You see this guy here is wearing a headset for first-person viewing of the drone, but you can also put it on the controller, and it actually will stream to 2 devices. So that'll be interesting to test out how all of this works. I particularly am one that doesn't like flying with goggles on. I like to see it in the air and be able to look up and down, look at that first-person view, but then also be able to take a look at it. But this might help me out here. It's got obstacle avoidance, so I might feel a little bit safer trying out that first-person view. So I'm excited to give that a test. So it looks like it's got some foam around it for padding. It's got height lock as well. So let's just get it out of here. I want to see what it looks like. It's been sitting in this box for a couple days because I haven't had time to get in here and take a look at it. So here it is. We got a pretty cool little graphic on the front. It says Helix Sentinel. Here we go. Just kidding. I'm going to get on the other side of the camera, show you guys what is inside of this package. We'll open it up and take a look inside here. It's got plastic latches, plastic handle, and it's got some cardboard in here to kind of hold the shaping of it all. So right on top we're going to have our instructions, the drone, our controller, which looks like a lot of other AirHogs controllers, except that this one has a spot to hold your tablet or your phone, and they've done like DJI here, and they've put these little 2 risers on it so that you can have your phone on here. Little button on the side pops it up and down to release and let in your phone, and then you just clamp this down to hold it in place. So very much like the DJI Phantoms employ. So I'll look at these in the instructions because I don't know what all their extra buttons do. We can tell there's going to be some trims, but I'm guessing one of these is for flight lock or obstacle avoidance, but we'll see. On the top of the controller, you have your video record button on the right side, and on the left you're going to have your camera button for taking pictures. So right there, easy to quickly turn on and off. So we've got a standard USB cable. The first-person viewing headset goggles. Looks like a virtual reality headset actually. I wonder if it could be used for that as well. Totally looks like you could also use this for VR stuff. I've got some VR glasses, so we'll have to try that out too and see if you get 2 things in one. You open it up here, slap your phone in. They've got little protectors on here, keep it from scratching, so you want to make sure you remove that. And they've got those also over your eyepieces here. So let's go ahead and remove those. But nice and hard and rigid. Got their logos on it all over the place. Pretty well designed. Everyone knows that I am a big fan of black, red, and white. So yeah, we'll take a look at that later. Alright, we're going to take this out and get rid of the package. These are ceiling guards so that you won't hit the ceiling. You can put these on, and if you're flying indoors, those probably help keep the props from hitting the ceiling. So, out of the way here. Alright, so this is our Sentinel. Got your front, you got red props. The back, you have black props. There's this styrofoam piece that goes all around it as, I guess, protection. But this also will come off, I'm guessing, so that if you want to fly without it, it just pops off like so. and then you've got the much simpler looking quad, but it also gives us a little bit better view of what's happening here. So let's take a closer look at this. What do we got here? We have our camera right on the front here. Looks like it moves a little bit to change your view. Wonder how far it'll go down, but here on the bottom are going to be your sensors, and on all of the 4 sides it looks like there's a little sensor you can see here, right here. That's probably going to be for obstacle avoidance. Maybe you've got them on here as well, on the front here. So that'll be interesting to see exactly how all that works. Charging it, you put your USB right in the top here, on, off, and then what else do we have on here? So it's not an interchangeable battery, so you've got whatever lights you've got, and then charging it. The little feet on the bottom for landing. We've got our memory card inside here already. Get the memory card on out of here for you here. So yeah, we have a 4 GB memory card. So we've got the controls here. You've got your altitude adjustment on the left, up and down, as well as yaw, spinning left, right. Direction lever on the right hand side, forward, backward. So there's an automated landing button on the right and an automatic takeoff button on the left. You've got a height lock and collision avoidance here on the left and right. Switch on the bottom, which is kind of what I was guessing. So to the right is height lock mode, to the left is height lock and collision avoidance, so you can turn that off. Let's see here. So I'm going to have to download the app. There's an app that you download from the App Store. And there's a bunch more directions here that you can go through. Alright, so we have the app downloading, the AirHogs Helix Sentinel drone app. What else will you need with this? Well, you will need to get 4 AA batteries that slide in the back. Very simply, it's nice that it does not require a screwdriver. It just slides over this little button here that you push in with a small object to be able to open that up. So we do have power now to our controller. We've got some charge on the drone. I'll just give it a quick little test to see how it goes. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the app. It says that I've got to enter my information here and create a password to log into their app. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter my information here real quickly. Alright, so I've got my passwords in. My birthday is actually January 3rd. Let's go 79. So you guys can send me birthday presents this year. Congratulations, you're registered. So we're going to continue to the app. Alright, so they've got a community of videos here. We want to fly. Alright, so now it's telling us how to do it. Turn on the drone. Press the power button on the remote control. Next. Go to Wi-Fi. Okay. Alright, so here it shows up the Helix Sentinel, so we'll choose that. We'll go back out to our app here. And it tells us about auto land, how to control, and some other things. So we're going to flip through this. And it's connecting to it right now. Ah, right, we're paired. I'm going to do full screen view so I can show you guys right now. I'm going to back the camera up here. So here is our live stream. If I pick the drone up, you can see it's a very wide angle of view, which is nice. Now call me crazy, but I like to do these indoor tests before I take it out into the real world, just to see what the controls are like, try and dial in anything I can up front. And so here we go. Here's our first person view. I'm actually going to go and try out their auto takeoff by pushing this button right here. And we're up. It wanted to go higher than I wanted, so I took control away from that while I'm in the house. So, whoops, got to get orientation. I want it facing me for this particular video. I notice it's drifting backwards, so I'm going to use this up here to adjust, and now that kind of will set what it considers to be kind of stable flight, and you can dial in each of these. Now I'm going to get some drift, I'm going to get some just from the HVAC system in my house and the airflow that is here. But I will say that it has very good control. We'll see here now. I've just gone and switched on to the mode where it should know if I'm about to hit something. Obstacle avoidance. Ah, there we go. It flew right back at me. So I'm gonna try and hit the wall with it right now. And it fights. Whoa! Come back fast. So outdoors and in bigger spaces, that'll be fantastic. It comes back pretty strong. So I'm actually gonna go zero control and see how we can hover right here. Does pretty good, no hands on the controller. It's not dropping, it's keeping its height pretty well. Yeah. I'm gonna go in here and have it land itself. Gotta get over the table first. And hit the button. There it goes, it landed itself. Now you can see I did hit. I got a little out of control as I was spinning it around and I caught the light. And lifted the foam off of here. Alright, so we got the Helix Sentinel outside. We're going to take it for a little flight and we're going to do it some FPV style. right, well that was awesome. Overall, it's a very stable, fun, flying little quadcopter. I did run into something, so it didn't have the obstacle avoidance on, and I ended up running into the fort one of the times when I was trying to fly through it. And I had taken it off because I didn't want it jumping when I was going through and maybe hitting the other side if I was too close. So I turned it off, and then I'd actually given my son the goggles, and it's actually easier to fly FPV when you're going through tight obstacles and like this than to try and judge from this distance and at an angle how much width I have. But with the goggles I could tell if I was going to make it through or not, and so that was awesome. Overall, I mean, it's 200 bucks. Now let's talk about some of the things that you're getting here. So not only are you getting this quadcopter memory card, but you're also getting the case and you're getting these goggles. So these cost 35 to 50 bucks on their own. So then you get the case, you've got this quadcopter that does FPV 720p video. So it's really not that bad a deal. It's not far off on the pricing as far as I'm concerned. Because of the size, it's nice to have that case to carry it with you. The only thing still that I wish that they had interchangeable batteries, because I want to be flying this more, and if it had interchangeable batteries, I'd be sticking another one in right now and getting it back up in the air. But as it is, I'm going to be plugging it in, charging it for about an hour, and then it's going to be dark out. So I'm pretty much done for the day with this. So that's kind of the one drawback I see with this. But overall, the handling is fantastic with this compared to most quadcopters in the sub 200 range. It's not super fast, but it is controlled, and it's great for a beginner to work with. The height stabilization is great. In fact, it stayed pretty steady if you aren't flying, whereas some of the other beginner ones, or we think they're beginner because they're so cheap, they don't have that height lock, and so you're constantly having to ride the controls, and it's just way too easy to crash. Where with the height lock that this has in it, it makes it a lot of fun to fly and much easier for somebody that's looking to get into flying drones for the first time. So yeah, this would be a good little quad to put under a beginner's Christmas tree. You know, you could get something else for 200 bucks that would have a little bit more hobby grade end to it, but it's going to be a lot bigger learning curve, and they're going to crash a lot more probably with it than they will with this. So if you got a smartphone, you got 200 bucks, you have a pretty cool little first-person flyer right here. Anyway, guys, that's it for me here. Tony at CCxRC. Got a lot of projects going on, as you've seen, one of which will be a new RC track back here. But first, we've got some work we're doing on the house, and then the new children's fort that we were flying through, which will also be a driver stand. So that's going to be the project right now. And as the weather gets cooler, we'd start doing more work in the yard. We'll have a lot of cool stuff coming. So thanks for stopping in, and have fun RCing.